All right, what is up everybody? Today we are actually recording now that I'm looking at it, and we are not gonna be making the same mistake we made last time with bag number 28, not 29. I looked down to my side and I seen a 26 and I thought that was 29 because it was upside down. But we are actually doing bag number 29. So bag number 29 is gonna be the one with the, we're putting on the wheels on the train car this time. So you guys know the drill. We're gonna get this open and we'll see you when everything's sorted. All right, so we have everything sorted. Camera's still going. Now that I've been thinking about it, I think what happened last episode was my camera overheated. That's the only logical explanation that I could think of, because I do record in series, and after a while the Insta360 X5 gets kind of hot when you're recording in 3D for a while. So I'm thinking that's what happened, but I can't prove it and I don't know, but we will see. So we take one and then we take a second one, we put it on like that. We're not gonna let this bother us too much. So then we take two of these circles and we do one circle, two circle. From here, we take two of those and we attach one and two. That was pretty nice. And then the annoying parts I don't like to build. So one, and then we do another one facing out. Come on, and then we do, and then one more facing out. And then in between we fill them in with more blocks. So block one, and unfortunately pushing it down kind of ruined it. So one and two, boom. And then from here, what do? We need four of these, wow. So if I am holding it in this orientation, it seems as they face outwards. So one faces like this, and then the other one also faces in this direction. And then the other two on the opposite side face out in the other direction. So one and then one and number two. So there we go, we got four of them attached. Now the question is, we need two rails. So one, and then rail number two, just so. Looks pretty nice. And then what do? We take these two and we put them across. I think we built the exact same thing for that train car. I'm almost positive, but it was so long ago that at this point, I don't even remember. So we need four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. And I think there's only four of these. There is only four of these. And I figured out it's easier just to attach them. So just off the ground, flip it around and you place it in, because that is just the easiest way you could possibly do it. And then from there, what do we do with these four things? Where do we attach them? Come on, tell me. And so it goes onto the plates, or onto the little bricks that we have on the outside, the plates that face outwards. So 1, 2, and then we face the next one out, and then the final one out. So we got four of them now. Yeah, I'm doing so good. So here comes the hardest part. We flip the car upside down. We try not to ruin anything. And it looks like it goes, what? One stud and one stud. So something like this. Very suspicious placements, very hard, because I feel like if I push too hard, I'm gonna break something. So I'm gonna try not to do that. See, just like that, I'm already slightly breaking stuff. So it looks like it's placed. Now we give it a nice little push. Hopefully, I'm so scared every time I do something like that, it's just gonna whoop and snap, because I would cry if something like that happened. So now the train has the bottom part to it. Not full part, but bottom part. So we take one of these gray pieces, and I assume we're gonna have to take another gray piece, and we are gonna attach 1, 2, come on, 1, and then we attach the second one, number 2. Good snaps, bad placement. And then 1, come on, 1, and number 2. And then from here, what do? We take two of these gray pieces and we put them underneath. Yep, so that's one gray piece. Then we take the next gray piece and then we do the same thing on this end. So that's one gray piece and a second gray piece. And now we have two of these things, whatever they are. Now we need more gray pieces. So we take 1 and 2 and we take 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like we're gonna have one gray piece as extra. It's always interesting. Again, it's interesting to see which pieces they determine are extra and needed. And I've always wondered why an extra gray piece? Is there a reason? Do people tend to lose these gray pieces more often? I don't think so, but I don't know. So that's one in and the second one into the center. And from here, we do the wheels. How did the wheels go on again? I think they went inside, so they went like that. So 1, 2. They're really simple to do. So I quite enjoy how simple the wheels are, but I definitely would prefer metal because I remember people saying that they used to be metal, not anymore, which is unfortunate because it'd be really nice if they were metal. So we take 2 of the wheels, and where do we put the wheels? We put the wheels on. So here's one set of wheels, and here is a second set of wheels, which means that's one set. So that means we have to do 4 more. And thankfully, like I said, this is a really quick process of putting on wheels. I quite enjoy how simple it is. Personally, when I first seen these, I thought it would be way harder to do, but looking at them now, it's not that difficult of a process to do. So it's kind of cool. And they roll really well. Minimal pushing and they roll pretty far. This actually rolls really well. Yeah, Pumpkin? Yeah, that's right, buddy. Stay alert. And we plop one of these plates on, and then we plop the last piece like so. And then we do the same thing on this side. We plop one of these plates on, one of the gray plates, and then we plop the last little piece on. So this interesting. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't make 2x7s. It's just very interesting choice. I personally would have thought Lego would make all the way from a 1x2 to a 2x10? That's what I would have thought, like 2x1, 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, 2x5. Guess not. Oh, did we skip a step? What did we skip? Oh, yeah, we did skip a step. Eat. So this goes, where the hell? Wait, what? Where does this go? Oh, it goes this way. Oops. So it goes in this orientation and then this again. So I'm just gonna put this on now. I don't, like, again, sometimes with these steps, it makes more sense if you just did this before and not after. Because doing it after causes too many problems. So now that it's secure, we could do the same thing on this side. And it looks like my table is slightly crooked. That is nice to know. Just like so. Again, one of these things that is just easier to do if it was done beforehand. Don't know why they chose to do this after. It doesn't make sense to me. But, so we got 2 of those on. Now, where do we go from here? Oh, so we pick a side and we attach one of these. Come on, there we go. So we pick a side, attach one of these, and then on the opposite side, we slap a circle. Boom. And then we do the same thing on this one. So we pick one side, slap one of these on, and then we put a circle. Again, I'm assuming that it wants us to do this again, so I'm just doing it all at the same time. Yep, it's at ×2. Yes, I remember this part from the last one. So again, a case of why didn't I do this the first time? So we're just gonna let the instructions go. That way we can visually see how it's put on. So visually, this faces down as always. So this faces down, and then visually again, we're gonna place this down. Much easier sometimes when you don't follow the instructions and you just wait to see what the final product looks like. And then you could build towards that final product, like what I'm doing right now. So I'm building towards the final product. I'm not building the final product, I'm just building towards it. So from there, we want these things to clip downwards. So clip it on, put it on, face it down. I'm telling you, so much easier this way. Clip it on, put it on, face it down. Take 2 more, clip it on, put it on, if I can, and face it down. And then the very last one, what do you think we're gonna do? Clip it on, attach it, and face it down. Boom, just like that. I do remember building this on the last one, which is interesting. Why is this turning now? Is something touching one of the wheels? Did something happen when I wasn't looking? What happened? I think one of the wheels just popped out slightly because it was not rotating the way it was supposed to, or it wasn't rolling the way it was supposed to. Now, the very last step here, we gotta build these circles around again. Oh my God, do I remember how to do this? So 1, So it goes on here, and then this one goes on the end as well. So now we push them in to round them out. Put this on, and then you put this on. I remember now, it was easier to put the center pieces on before you did the outer pieces. That's what it was. So center to outer, so middle, outer piece, and then another one. And then finally put the last piece on, and then I believe we just attached the wheels. It surely looks nice. So you see it wants us to build another one, but we've already built it. So now we could just speed through, and then watch, we attach these to the bottom. And bag number 30 is gonna be done relatively shortly, hopefully. Yep, so that goes on just so, nice and rotatey. And then we do the other one on this side, and it rotates just as well. Come on. If I can attach it, come on. Can you let me attach it? Thank you. And this one rotates just as well. Look at that. It'd be nice. There we go. Nice and rolly. Look at that. Now, if we go like this, and we place this on the tracks somewhat properly. Look at that. I'm gonna move Pumpkin's box slightly. Look at that. We now have 2 full train cars. Wow. Look really nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That was bag number 29. We now have 2 fully functioning train cars. We still have 3 more to go. It's gonna be a long process, but we're getting closer every day. So we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully we'll be at 1,000 by the time we start making the next bag. Right, Pumpkin?